It is a beautiful Veterans Day, and we've got the old War Wagon out here. We need to do some maintenance on it. This old girl, I need her to last every bit of a 500,000 miles. 500,000 miles. That's a lot to ask of any truck, but it can be done, especially with the diesel engine. You can push them 500,000 miles if you maintain them properly and do everything you can to get on top of problems before they become a bigger issue. So let's get started on this thing. Let's show you what I got picked up today. I think if we could just start making it a deal where we make all of our work trucks last 500,000 miles, we can almost put the big auto manufacturers out of business. So I got 4 gallons of Rotella T6 540 Napa oil filter. I generally, I don't like running the Napa stuff, but generally speaking, you run only Motorcraft. Run OE filters or better. They didn't have it, but they had this one in stock and I needed to change it today. I only got 1 day off this week, and this will work for just 1 oil change. We're not going to make a habit of it. We're just going to do it for this 1 oil change. So this is the first step in the maintenance on this thing, is getting the oil changed. All right, let's get this started. So if you're going to change your oil, start these things up and let the oil circulate a little bit. Let it get where it's not just bone cold. Don't start a cold don't change the oil on a cold soaked engine. So I'm going to go ahead and crack that filter cap right there to let some air flow and let that oil drain a little bit easier. And I'll also crack the oil cap as well. Set that aside. This diesel oil is nasty, man. It might not be a totally necessary, but I do like to kind of wipe down my ceiling surface a little bit while I'm in here. And shine a flashlight down there and make sure you don't see any debris. And I don't see anything at all in there, so threads look good and clean. We're gonna run with it. I want to give a quick shout out to this company, Suzuki. They sent me these a couple months back. They're just flex head ratcheting wrenches. No obligation. We just want you to have them. And they're actually really good. I've been using them a lot. And it's kind of what I've decided on just leaving in the truck. Well, a week or 2 ago, they sent me this impact socket set. It comes with a ratchet and some stuff. I'm using that right now, so it's why it's not in here. I used the crap out of all of these tools over the weekend, and I tell you what, they're all right. They work just fine, and I don't have any complaints. So yeah, just a quick shout out to Suzuki. They owe me nothing. I owe them nothing. But yeah, pretty good quality tools and decent price. I know the lighting sucks and the angle sucks, but I'm crawling around under the truck. What do you expect? All right, so let's drop this 15 quarts oil. Let that dribble. And I forgot to grab a paper towel to bring down here with me. While that's finishing up, we'll go ahead and put our oil filter in. I've already lubed the O-ring and everything, but you do need to make sure and do that. There's controversy on whether or not you should fill the oil canister or the oil filter on an oil change. I don't. We run good synthetic oil. There's already lubrication up there, so I don't. Would it be better if you did? Probably, but at the same time, you go to the dealer and have your oil change done there. They don't do it there either, so for what that's worth. All right, let's dig through this oil pan and figure out where our drain plug went since I dropped it. Actually, I'm gonna get a magnet and get it out of there. This is stupid. There it is. All right, let's go fill her back up. So what oil should you be running? I don't have the perfect answer for that because so many different engines exist out there. What I can say is I don't run anything other than a premium full synthetic oil. And I don't think you should either. This Rotella T6 540 is good for a diesel. For gas engines, I tend to run Mobil 1. On my GMC, I run Mobil 1 5W30. My wife's car has to run the zero weight stuff, but same thing. We don't run anything other than premium full synthetic. And I think that's a good rule of thumb to live by. This one calls for 15 quarts. There's 4. 8, 12, and we'll pour all but 1 quart out of this last jug. Touch more. All right, there we go. There's 15 quarts. Let's check it and see what it looks like. I don't think that'll show up on camera, but she's perfect. All right, let's start it up, check for leaks, and check the oil level one more time. Make sure we build oil pressure. There we go, there's good oil pressure. Let's go check for leaks. Just a quick tip. That oil pan that you drained all that oil out in, if you've got the ground clearance, back up and reverse off that thing so you're not spilling it and sloshing it all over the place. One thing to remember, gentlemen, put up and clean up. Put your tools up where they go. All of this stuff lives in the truck. By the way, these little foam things that come in these blow mold things, they never hold your tools good. Cut you a piece of cardboard. And that's across all and any brands. Also, we're not slobs, or at least we try to make people think that, so clean up your mess.